Kelly again.
It's Gabby.
Awesome. We wanted to let you know it is awesome.
It is awesome.
I really have been enjoying this, even though it's been only 3 weeks. How is your life going, guys? Hopefully we've been seeing a few of your comments. We really like them. Keep them coming.
Yes.
My school is going pretty chilled. Nothing too crazy.
Good.
No drama yet.
Calm
which is
first few
for
weeks.
senior year. Yes, which is what I want. Is what I was shooting for.
It's
so.
your last first day.
Fall. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you count
for a
second
year,
semester,
and then for
the
fall
year,
semester,
you'll have another
my last
first
fall
day of
semester.
But
That's crazy to me.
yeah, it's really wild.
Gabby thinks I'm gonna get like melancholy.
Well, you
towards
never
the
know
end,
because
but
I did. I was ready to graduate, and I still was getting super like nostalgic. I'm a very nostalgic person, though.
Which I don't know. I'm usually so like go on that I don't have like I'm not emotional about
I
things.
wasn't emotional. I just get really introspective about things that everyone else seems to be like handling fine, and I'm like, dude, but no, this is like my thing is
see.
like you don't have a summer anymore. No summer
true.
vacation. You've
That's
had summer
true.
vacation for
Well,
15 years, and now no summer
I
vacation.
see. I've been working or taking summer class, so that's not really
Okay.
something I'm gonna
Yeah,
miss. But maybe I should take advantage of it. I mean, my summer's done. It's over. Bye bye. So that was the last opportunity to have like. Actually, so free. Well, guys,
You didn't
so
even think about
positive
that.
note. I didn't. I'm just realizing
now you're
that.
realizing
wow.
that's gone. That's it.
Well, Christmas. Mason has a pretty big break.
Okay, so you have one more Christmas. Well, that's the other thing. No Christmas break.
I mean, Gabby.
Now you have to jockey
You're
for
so
time
negative.
off. No, I'm not. I'm just
It
saying.
is true.
You have to kind of be like, hey, can I have
Savings
this-
people, go back and check episode 2. See how I'm gonna handle that.
That's funny.
Woo! So yes, but we're back. We're back,
all
guys.
the things. But anyway, we hope you guys are all doing really, really well. And once again, let us know how you're doing on Twitter and Instagram. Like we said last week, Changed by Degrees. The first E in degrees is a 3.
Yes.
Hopefully you've got that by now. If you follow the other Changed by Degrees, I
Unfollow
don't
them.
really know what that account even is. But they're both on Twitter and Instagram, so they
Yeah.
must be doing
It
big
was a
things.
struggle.
Follow
Not
them,
unique.
but also follow us. Don't follow. Maybe don't. I actually don't know. I don't want to endorse them. 'Cause I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
so,
true.
but anyway, so yeah, just let us know. And then Facebook is Changed by Degrees, 3 separate words
Yes.
spelled correctly. And yeah, so this episode is about school not being your life. And how we address that is interesting because I think college has a stigma that I mean, and it is your quote unquote job for 4 years. That is your job, is college, if you choose to go to college. But we just kind of wanted to talk about how it's not your life. It's not
Game changer.
the culmination of your life, the peak of your life. And yeah, so when did you make the decision in your life to not make college your entire existence?
Wow. So guys, here's the real story. The tea on this whole situation with
The
my
tea.
life. I was homeschooled. That's why I'm weird. So sorry.
Oh my
guys.
gosh, you're not that weird.
I can socialize. It's been a struggle. I'm a senior now, so I've grown.
You're figuring it out.
I'm figuring it out. And being homeschooled, like, it's already a struggle to try to prove yourself. I think coming from public school even, or private, or whatever, that like, okay, let's see if you don't fail.
Yeah.
For me, I have like a crippling fear of failure. Especially as being homeschooled, I'm like, I have to prove myself that like, I'm not weird. And I can like do classes. It's not all fake. So for me, like, that was my sole focus. Like, it was, I cannot fail. I need to get A's. I need to prove myself to myself that I can do it, to others, to my parents, to people I knew. So I really... School was my life going in. And actually my first semester was a huge perspective shift because I went in thinking that will be my focus. And God was like, nah, fam. Like,
No,
there's other
thanks.
things with like housing and other struggles I had that were not school related. And I ended up like getting all A's. That was my only semester. I'm not bragging. That was
Okay,
my
all
first and last
A's.
semester getting all A's. So even though school wasn't my focus, God still showed up.
Yeah.
And like I was able to refocus and realize that's not what it's all about. It was really hard, but I think it was really important for me in a growing period. And then also, other than the first semester, junior year, that was a big year. You're kind of finishing up your gen eds and your big like main classes, and now like it's real. You're halfway through, and you realize, do I need to stress about every little thing?
Right.
I've gotten this far.
And everything's fine.
Exactly. So junior year is like, and I just got out of it, and I'm like, wow, it's so much healthier for me to approach. Like, I'm not so worried about like doing everything 100% perfect for every single class. That doesn't matter in the end.
Yeah.
So I've really grown. I'm so thankful because if I would have burned out if I had the mindset from my first semester, you won't make it.
Yeah.
So don't do that to yourself.
Well, that's the
guys.
thing. Like, burnout is real.
It is.
And I remember, I'll never forget this one lady. She wasn't even at my college. I was talking to her about a job. in May when I graduated. Like 2 weeks after I graduated, I was talking to her, and she was like, well, you know, and we had just gotten into a discussion about how she works and the path she took to get to her job. And she was like, I've been wanting to do this job since I was in high school, and I didn't get hired till I was like 32 to do this job. And she was like, but the people in this industry, 'cause she worked in human rights, which is not an easy place to work in because it's a lot of like heartache and struggle. And I mean, you're working with people who are suffering.
Yeah.
Like majorly. So she was like, the people who were in this industry right out of college are wanting to get out by the time they're like 30 because they're just done with it. They're burnt out and they're done. And she was like, so it's okay to take a path that is not traditional in order to get into an occupation or a job. And college totally sets you up for the fact that like once you get out of college, that job is the job you're supposed to be taking. And I think college conditions you like that because when you go into college, they say this is your life, so you can get that job and work that job for 4 years. And that's not true.
You've dedicated so much time. It's like, it's scary.
Yeah. So I think college, and I don't think they do it on purpose, but universities just kind of tell you like, well, this is your life because this is going to determine the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily true.
No.
So for me, I don't think I went in with the mindset that college is my life and I need to be all consumed by college, but it was definitely something that I struggled with throughout the 4 years I was in college. But my sophomore year, at CNU, you don't officially declare your major until your sophomore year in like March. But I knew going in I wanted to be an English major, and that's what I ended up declaring. But it was when I did that I declared being English that I was like, wait a minute, college is not the end all. It's a step, first of all, in my life. And if my life is determined by my education, then that's just like, that's not cool.
No.
For me personally. And so I just really wanted myself to understand that college was a catalyst for achieving other things I wanted to do.
For sure.
Because I have this degree, I can do X, Y, and Z. My life shouldn't be centered around this degree because honestly, in the long run, in literally 2 years, no one cares what degree I have. Let's be honest.
It's so true. It's held up so high in today's world, like an expectation, and not even a master's degree is becoming an expectation.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that, guys.
I'm not doing a master's.
I did it. Like, it's worth it. I was like, if I'm ever going to do it, it's now, but it's not. I mean, I've learned a few things. I'm not going to try to be too negative about it, but truly what you said, like, I resonate so much with because it's true. It's
not a bad thing. And that's the other thing. It's not a bad thing to have fun in college and enjoy your classes. I enjoyed my classes tremendously. If I had to do college again, I would do it again. That's not everyone's path or everyone's mindset when they get out of college. But for me, I loved my classes. Like, I would nerd out. That was the thing. Like, that was what was so fun. Student. Is that I was just having fun learning. I just like learning. So I would do it for that. Do I think that it prepared me to live another 50 years working? But, like,
that's what they tell you.
That's what they tell you it does. But also the world changes so fast that's impossible for a university to prepare you for the next 50 years to work. Like, that doesn't even make sense. So, but anyway, so all that to say, that's just kind of where we're coming from, our different perspectives. So the first point that we kind of wanted to also talk about is that going off of everything we just said, responsibility does not start and end with college. You have other responsibilities during college.
Or your job.
Or your job. You have relationships to take care of. You have friends. You have also self-care, which is a major buzzword or phrase.
It is.
But it's true. Self-care is important. And I think college students, and not just in America, but all over the world who go to universities or colleges, really struggle with this aspect of self-care. Like, you were talking about how you felt like you needed to strive so hard and prove to yourself and to everyone around you that, like, you could do this, like, you could accomplish these things no matter what happened, like, you could do this. And it's like, that's not true. Sometimes you need to be like, you know what, I'm going to settle for a B in this class, not because I
Where were you 3 years ago? I had people telling me that, but I didn't listen. But
like, that's the other thing. Like, you have to tell yourself that. People can talk to you all day about it, but you're not going to believe it or do it if you don't believe it yourself. But you know, it's one of those things where you just have to let yourself know, if I get a B in this class, first of all, the world will not end. My GPA won't be ruined.
It won't.
And really, no one cares that you got a B in that obscure science class your freshman year of college.
Yes.
You know, no one cares. So sometimes you don't need... Why are you killing yourself over a class that's not even in your major or your field of study?
Yeah. And I think that's an important point. Like, responsibility with more than just your classes or your 9 to 5. Like, my first semester, like, family was going through a rough time. That takes priority. I know that college is given, like, this is you're investing in yourself, but you still have relationships that you need to maintain, and your self-health, that always takes priority. I think it can so easily like get forgotten.
Yeah, it
just
can go out
because
the
it's
window
like
so
this is
fast.
your focus, but no, keep that in mind.
Right.
And then I think important in that self-care, buzzword, but it is important, like schedule down time. For me, I have no problem going 100% go from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, and that's just, you can't maintain that. It's not healthy. And you don't schedule like for yourself, like for me, like how that looks like to me, like I can play guitar, I can relax, go out, have coffee with a friend, and I'll be totally like refocused and refreshed to go focus on that class, go write that paper, go do whatever I need to do, that I otherwise wouldn't be, even though I could fool myself in thinking I can do it. No, it's important, not just for you, but for others. I think that's good. I don't know how that,
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's just important to have a balance. And I think that's a theme that's running through a lot of these episodes is having a balance. And it's hard to find that balance in college, especially when you have people around you who are one extreme or the other. The people who literally are killing themselves over every single class, and then the people who don't go to class at all.
And they don't care at all.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. Disclaimer. Go to class. Like, go to class. You're paying to be, someone's paying for you to be at college, whether it's you or student loans or your parents. Someone is paying.
Oh my goodness.
And I remember one semester, me and my friend did the math, and we figured out how much one class costs a semester, and it was something of like $200 something. And we were like, when you skip class, that's $200 out the window.
Down the drain.
Yeah, so go to class, but also don't kill yourself over it. Like, if you need to skip class or not go to class because, like, I remember one time there was something happened. I don't even remember what it was, but something was happening. I emailed my professor and I was like, I'm gonna be missing class tomorrow. I really can't come. Like, blah blah blah. And I felt horrible about it. And then he was like, dude, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. This is a legitimate emergency.
Good.
You don't have to come to class. Why?
Don't be scared.
Yeah, what's it going to do for you come in here and sit for an hour? You're not going to be focused anyway.
Yeah, true.
You can get the notes from other people. It's an excused absence. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
So I think that's really important just to
I don't
remember.
think I've ever missed a class.
Really?
Maybe once. I was late for the first time this semester. The semester I got out of.
I remember that.
And it was because I was in a home group. I was in a home group with a group of girls, and I was like,
You're
just
trying
to miss late. I was like, because it's like a half-hour commute, and I'm like, and so I was, please don't listen to this, but like I was speeding just a little bit, and I got there, and
a lot of it.
It was down the back road too. I was like, roller coaster time.
My gosh.
You can join me if you don't die. No one has died under my maybe crashed, but no one has died.
I was going to say, but you.
only two. One wasn't my fault.
See, I haven't had any accidents.
Okay, well, you know what? You drive like a maniac, and you don't know how to turn right.
Oh my gosh.
We had a moment, guys.
Okay, she drove with me one time, and she's a bad navigator.
Drag me.
So that's why she says,
I said turn right, and she was like,
no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Anyway, maybe you don't drive with either of us. We'll drive with each other and not die.
The best option.
But, and I was 5 minutes late, and guess what? The world kept going. I went on to my next class, and I was like, whoa. I can live my life and have an important home group and still be part of class.
Right,
and
that's
the
a balance.
world didn't end.
Yeah.
So what a great realization. You don't have to have that realization junior year. You can have it right now. Okay, guys?
And I think that's important to establish when you're going into college. And this is the other thing. If you're a freshman, people will be telling you this, but you're not listening.
You're not going to listen. Very true, yes.
So I think a lot of this you just have to figure out for yourself, which is fine because everyone deals with it differently. But it's just something important that we've both discovered. Maybe you more so than me. Because
I think you went in with a healthier mindset. I was totally like,
I don't know if it was a healthier mindset. I just was the kind of person that was like, yeah.
People think you don't care. I think you care.
I do care. No, I care a lot. I care a lot. I'm just know that I'm just not the person to be like super. Like, I didn't get, the first time I got straight A's in college. Not that all my grades before that were like super bad. They were very good, But the first time I ever got straight A's in college was my toughest semester.
Oh, great.
It was my first semester of senior year. I got straight A's.
Did you have like 4 classes too?
I had 6 classes.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, your last semester was 4 classes.
My last semester was 4 classes, and I also got straight A's. I don't know how that happened. I should not have gotten straight A's because that's one class I didn't do anything, but it was fine. But the first semester of my senior year, I had 6 classes. I was working, I was volunteering, I was a leader in crew, and I got straight A's. I don't know how that happened, but I thought
you did it. You made it work.
Breakdown.
You made it work. That might not be what happens to you guys, but yeah,
you got a straight A's the first time was your freshman year. Mm-hmm. That's wild to me.
But it's because I had no life. That's why. It was
That's-
literally like get
okay.
up, and that was my whole priority, and
Yeah.
nothing else
But
exists to me.
But you did get straight A's.
I
That's
did,
good.
I did, and
But
that's been
you
the
did-
last one, guys. Not that I haven't failed any class, but there's been here and there.
But and I don't know who needs to hear this, but someone needs to hear this. It's okay if you get a B+. And I know there are people out there who will say not lies.
I panicked the first time I got a B+. I was like,
People will get like
Not
an
valid.
89. I remember this one time, this girl in
but then
my
why wouldn't they give you like a 90? That's an A-. That's also bad.
well because you don't deserve a 90. That's why they didn't give you a 90.
Okay.
This one girl, she got an 88 on a test, and she was sitting next to me in class, and like everyone else was like, okay, whatever. Like,
Oh, you did tell me about this,
She
yeah.
got up and went to the bathroom, and I went in after her
Followed by
just because
that.
like I had to go to the bathroom. I wasn't following her, and she was crying in the stall.
That
And
would
I
be
was like,
me.
this is not it, fam. Like, this is not how we
Therapy
should be
session?
reacting to a B+.
a letter, guys. It's just a letter.
A B+. And she's crying in the stall. And I was like, and that's another moment where I was like, dude, I can't be like that. I will not
It's
be
good,
like that.
yeah. You see people, like, when you see someone like me freaking out over an 89 and being like, this is the end
When
of my
Millie is
life,
crying in the stall next to me.
just tell me it's okay and have a healthier mindset. That
yeah,
would be me.
so-
I'm so
Anyway.
sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I am that person. But I'm better now. But in all these things, I think it's so important for both of us. Focus and like God is always top priority. That was
Yeah.
our final point as Christians. Like I said, like I was 5 minutes late to class because I was part of a home group, and that wouldn't have happened freshman year. But junior year, I realized like that's a priority, and it's really healthy for me and my walk as a Christian. So I think that's just an important reminder for all the kids who've left our church in particular, and whoever, that like you're gonna be disconnected maybe from your home church if you've left the state, or whoever, that you may not be able to commute back. I was able to stay connected to my local church, and that really helped tremendously. But I hope I would have been strong enough to be like, that's still a priority. You were very connected to Crew, and I never did that. But hopefully that was helpful to you.
Yeah, Crew was like amazing because we had a really good Crew community. It differs at many colleges, but we had a Crew community at CNU that was really large, and it was really nice, and I was really involved for pretty much like 3.5 years. My first semester of freshman year, I was like kind of testing the waters. I went to Young Life, I went to different Christian organizations.
There's
but
a
Crew
few.
was there's a few, but and kind of did trial and error. But Crew was definitely something that I was super involved in, which helps because you don't have, even if you choose to go to church where you are, that's still hard because you don't know anyone. You're only there for 4 years. Or less if you graduate early, and you're not even there in the summer probably. So it's hard to connect with people when you're not even
And I know
there.
not a lot of ladies who like Crew was it for them. And even if it's not, like for me, big social groups and like jumping in, it's really like anxiety provoking. I'm sure it's great, but for me, like having a smaller group of girls that I've learned and grown with, like, is helpful to me. It doesn't mean that you have to be part of a big organization or the local church, but find some way to have that incorporated into the everyday, or at least weekly. I think that's good. But with that considered, that was our biggest point for this episode, and we hope that you guys can remain connected even to this podcast. Remember to follow us at our handle,
Changed
the
by degrees.
three.
With the 3 for the E. Only the first one though.
The first one.
In degrees.
It's important. But yeah, we just hope you have another great week, and I guess we'll see you next Thursday.
Yep.
See you then.
See ya.